What's happening, everybody? It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss Channel, the Boss Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. Continue to hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload videos every single day. Now, there are rumors that Chris Paul could be on his way back to Los Angeles, and not to play for the Lakers, but to play for the Clippers again. Now, remember, Chris Paul kind of wore out his welcome with the Clippers because he didn't get along well with Doc Rivers towards the end of his career, and that's kind of what caused that split. They shipped Chris Paul out to Houston, and he had a chance, legit chance to win, to go to the finals and potentially win an NBA championship. He just got hurt in that Game 6. Obviously, they lost Game 6 and then lost Game 7 because Chris Paul couldn't play against the Golden State Warriors, and obviously they went on to win the championship. Now, this makes a lot of sense, right? Because back when Chris Paul was dealt, Steve Ballmer was still a pretty new owner. Doc Rivers was there, and he was not only the coach but also the GM. And they weren't constructed the way they are. I mean, they still had Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan and all that stuff was going on. But now you have a totally new team. Ballmer is entrenched in Clipperland. You have you have Jerry West running the show. And then up under him, you got Lawrence Frank. And now Ty Lue is making things happen as the head coach. And I think Ty Lue is someone that would get along with Chris Paul. Because Ty Lue sees what Chris Paul does when you bring him to your organization. Chris Paul makes teams winner. Chris Paul has been a winner his entire career in the NBA. Obviously, he has won a championship. Like that's obvious. We can put that out on the line. But how was Houston before they got Chris Paul? They weren't going to conference finals. They weren't like serious title contenders. And since he's left, they haven't been a title contender. Like they brought in Russell Westbrook, and they were not a title contender. Oklahoma City. What was Oklahoma City before Chris Paul got there? Like, they were okay, but this team wasn't supposed to make the playoffs. Not only did they make the playoffs, this team was a top 5 seed. A top 5 seed, a team that had 0.1%, not even 0.5%, 0.1% to make the playoffs before he got to OKC because he was playing a bunch of babies and Danilo Gallinari. And these guys were a top 5 seed in the Western Conference. A top 5 seed in the West and had a legit run in the playoffs. They didn't get past out of the first round, but the fact that they were there shows that Chris Paul brings a winning culture. He wants to win by any means necessary. And the Clippers need a point guard. Now, the problem the Clippers are going to face if they want to keep Kawhi and Paul George and bring on Chris Paul is the salary cap. That is a lot of money. Chris Paul is owed $40 million per year over the next 3 seasons. It's a lot of money. You still paying on Kawhi, and you're still paying Paul George, unfortunately. But they need a lead guard. They need a facilitator. They need a playmaker. They need somebody that can run the offense. And that's what Chris Paul would do. If you bring Chris Paul to the Clippers, they're the favorites. They're the legit favorites over the Lakers, over Brooklyn, over Miami, over Denver. If they can somehow make that happen, the Clippers become the favorites in the NBA. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's just hearsay, just talk about Chris Paul going to the Clippers, or is there some real traction, and do you think they'll be the favorites if they're able to pull off that move? Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss Channel. I'll see you guys next time.